All right. We're live. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Dave's Vintage Apple Tech. Trina, Jeremy from London, Scarlet Swordfish, Apples Anonymous, and Sharks. Is that right? Or is that Sea Harks? And John. John is there. Oh, he's here too. He's everywhere.
I am Legion.
John's wearing his VCF Southeast shirt.
I love this one.
Version
Yeah,
4.0.
yeah. This was the year Jerry Manick was there, so of course they had to go very Mac related on that particular shirt.
Was he involved in the Mac design as well?
Yeah,
I know he.
yeah. He designed the original Macintosh case.
Didn't he do the Apple II as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Let's see. We're about ready to start. We might as well just kick this thing off. You ready to go?
I am all set.
Okay. Let's go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the RetroMacCast with James and John. This is episode 589 for October 3rd, 2021. Good morning, John.
Good morning, James.
We're wearing matching shirts today.
Color,
in
at least.
color.
Mm-hmm.
You've got your VCF Southeast from 4.0. Let's see. How many years ago was that? 3-4 years ago?
Oh, let's see.
Is there a date on there?
Quite a few years ago.
Yeah.
No date on here, unfortunately.
Has the classic Mac on the front. I've got an iPad shirt, one of those genius iPad shirts. But all right, let's see what's going on. Oh, I see you've got behind you something we're going to talk about a little bit.
Yes,
Your
the G4 Quicksilver.
It looks like it's sticking its CD-ROM tray out at us.
Oh, yes, I was attempting to get GLtron running on it from the disk this morning from also related to today's episode.
Yeah, we decided we're going to look back 20 years ago using MacAddict magazine. We debated about looking 30 years ago at Macworld, and I forgot how that debate ended, so of course I started reading that one until I realized, oh, wait a minute, John said he wanted to do the other one. So
yeah, because
if at any time you want to talk about 30 years ago, I'm all prepared for that as well.
All right, hey, well,
actually, I'm only prepared for that. I'm going to lean on your.
Oh.
No, I had enough time to look over what you sent me, so
okay, great.
And there was enough there. Well, it's all good. But just so you know, in case you were interested, 30 years ago in Apple history, they lost 53 or 54 million dollars in the quarter, and they also announced their alliance or partnership or whatever you want to call it with IBM, which kicked off the research into the PowerPC.
Oh, okay, so that was the start of that. Okay.
Yeah, and it's too bad we're not looking at that issue because there was a great ad in that issue of, this is October 1991 in Macworld, and there was an ad by IBM in there that said that your old Compaq and Apple computers still have value until January 1st, because up until then, they're going to let you trade in either your Macintosh or your Compaq for a new IBM PS2 computer. It's kind of ironic, isn't it? That
right. Yeah.
The same month they're talking about this partnership that IBM is trying to get you to give up your Mac.
Right. That's funny.
Get an IBM PS2. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about 20 years ago, but we're going to get to that in a little bit. Of course, we've got some eBay finds. We've got some news. Any news you need to report at this moment?
No news. No news.
Okay. All right. Well, let's come back with some eBay finds.
James, did you replace the LED or the bulb in your Apple behind you? I see it nicely rotating colors. Or do you just have
Yeah,
a bulb sitting behind it?
it's sitting behind it.
Oh, okay.
There's
It
there's a
really
lamp.
shines through well.
Yeah, yeah. There's a lamp sitting behind there. Yeah, and it cycles through. It's a really cool lamp. It's Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, and you can
Nice.
do all kinds of things with it. All right. I guess we got to switch over to some eBay finds. Let's do that. What's everybody doing in the chat?
Yeah, Scarlet Swordfish. I was sad I wasn't able to get GLtron running this morning. Alas, I do have toasters back there, so got that at least.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not. Okay, let's go in 3, 2, 1. It is time for eBay finds. Last week we had that Lisa 2. This is the one that was in Australia. And they wanted a kind of a steep $2,500 Australian dollars. That one did not sell, had no bids, but for some reason the item is no longer available. And then the G3 all-in-one, the Molar Mac. Pretty awesome condition. What do you think that sold for, John?
Oh goodness, a couple $100 easily.
Mm-hmm.
Even with how much the shipping is going to be.
Yeah, shipping is going to be expensive depending on where you live. This one's shipped from Minnesota, and after 14 bids, $356, which
Pretty awesome. Pretty awesome.
yeah, so I think that's a good deal for everybody involved.
Yeah.
356. Okay. And lastly, from last week, that was just that brochure from the 90s, the Macintosh brochure.
Yes.
One of those would be great to have a high-res scan of, still available, buy it now, of $100. Okay. We'll begin with this thing.
Moof.
Now, the title, Apple 1996 Worldwide Developers Conference, Moof beer. Now, we've talked about this. I don't know if it was the same bottle or another one of these bottles, but back on March 9th, 2013, episode 279, this was an eBay find. I figure it was, 8 years later. It's probably okay. We can talk about it again. They don't come up very often. It's
Right.
an interesting item.
Right.
The description says, very rare Apple collectible, maybe 3 or 4 in existence. This full unopened bottle of beer is from the Worldwide Developers Conference in 1996. It was given out one night only at the conference beer party. The label shows Claris the Dog Cow. It was produced by Southern California Brewing Company for that event one night only. They say maybe 3 or 4 in existence. I don't know how they got that. I'm sure they made a lot of these for whoever.
Sure, yeah.
Many, who knows how many people attended that night. Could have been hundreds. But anyway, so they've got one still unopened, right? It's capped. So you can taste what 1996 tasted like. That's interesting to you. This beer might have gone.
I was going to say, I don't think beer gets better with age like wine, does it?
Depends on the style. Depends on how well it's been. At least it might taste what it tasted like back then. Could have been if air gets into it. Whatever. Anyway, we're getting off track here, but I'm not sure you would want to drink this either way. You'd want to keep this intact. They want a starting bid $199, or you can make an offer. And I don't know, what can we say? It's got so Claris the Dog Cow is prominently featured a couple of times. And it just says it's a lager Moof Brow. Yeah. Kind of cool, right?
Yeah, I think it's neat. I wonder if anyone has a good copy of the label, because of course it would be very easy just to kind of print one just for funsies, right?
Yeah. Moof Brow. Okay. Well, let's see. Let's move along to the next item.
All right, next up we have a very nice vintage Apple Macintosh Workgroup server 9150 for parts or repair with an Apple extended keyboard too. Now they say for parts or repair, but they show pictures of it running.
Yeah.
Let's see what it says down here. So first of all, this comes with a 601 running at 120 megahertz, 264 meg of RAM, of course a super drive, CD-ROM drive, tape drive untested. SCSI SD module with 32 gig card in it. Very nice. Apple high performance video PDS card with 2 meg of video RAM. An Apple extended keyboard 2 and a desktop bus mouse 2. So, and the keys. It comes with the keys, which is always kind of cool because they've got a little Apple logo on the keys. And let's see, other than that, I'm trying to see why they say it's for parts.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. So right now this is currently has 13 bids, $335 at the moment. It's a free local pickup available or $75 shipping to us. This is coming out of Alexandria, Virginia. I don't know why. Maybe there's a freight and shipping. Something's going to happen, but it works right now.
Yeah.
Looks like it. Not this is like a deal breaker, but it's missing most of the port covers on the back. I see it's got the one
Is that right?
video card in there, but all the rest of the ports are just kind of
Yeah.
a lot of airflow. It's just for airflow. That's
Not a
ticket,
big deal.
sure.
Yeah, that shouldn't
Right.
be a deal breaker.
No.
It does look like there may be one of the little latches or connecting points at the top of that case cover. Looks like it looks a little different, but
And the other thing with this one though is just how different the colors get on the different parts of the system.
Right.
You've got a very tan, yellowy beige, and then you've got the very nice pristine looking beige. Now that keyboard looks perfect. Yeah, I don't see any yellowing on that keyboard. Looks great.
well, of course, I got a lot of Macs.
Yeah.
And nearly every case configuration. This is one I don't have.
I do have this,
And this-
one, which is
oh,
also
you
very
do?
rare that I have something that you you don't. Right?
I didn't know you had one of these. This
Yeah.
the work groups because this is an example of a case design that was unique to the server. Right? There was no consumer version of the Macintosh Consumer Pro or whatever that used this particular case design, where it has those interesting, the horizontal slots.
Yeah.
It's slightly different than all the others that were kind of like this, but so, where's yours? Is it around there nearby? Is it?
Yep.
Is it set up?
It's back there. It's all set up.
Does it work?
Sure.
Cool. Gosh, I forgot.
Maybe next time we do the podcast, I'll put that behind me.
Well, maybe we
just
can
for
talk
frames.
about that one. I don't know that we've ever zeroed in on this particular model and what
All right.
makes
Sure.
it stand apart. So yeah, it's a nice one to have because of its uniqueness. And what do we say? 335 was up.
Yeah. 13 bids. Oh yeah. See, this has 5 days. 5 days to go still. Wow. So
Yeah, it's a nice get. All right. Okay, and this one. Title says Novelty Goods commemorating the opening of an Apple Store. This was distributed at the opening of the Apple Store in Kyoto, Japan. There's a t-shirt, there's a sticker, and there are some pins. And I don't know why underneath it says these items are not for sale. They obviously are for sale. They're up for a buy it now of $106.87. Whenever an Apple Store opened, they would always have these giveaways. It started out early on. It was just shirts. They have commemorative shirts to the first, I don't know how many people that lined up to be the first customers in an Apple Store. And then as the years went on, they changed it up, add different things. And in Japan, they always had some other unique things. But creative designs, and this is no exception. If you zoom in here on the designs, they've got this interesting tatami mat sort of aesthetic applied to the Apple logo on the shirt and on the decals and the pins, and then there's something below that, and I'm not even sure. I think that's Kyoto. It's written Kyoto, kind of very stylized.
Oh, okay.
And right, and written in Japanese. Beautiful shirt, size medium. And then the decal there, and the pin is just great.
I love the pin.
Love
Yes.
that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is awesome. But it would have been even cooler had they done it in 6 colors and then had the different colors in that pattern also going on in there, right? Anyway, if you weren't so fortunate to attend the opening and get these items, you still can. Buy now $106.87, and it has, of course, shipped from Japan. All right. Close that section out. That was one thing I swore I would not get into collecting Apple Store opening items.
because that would be...
Well, it's a good thing
you would never get them all, right? Yeah.
Yeah, well, but how many Apple Stores wound up opening? There are a lot of them. And whenever the shirts would hit eBay, of course, they would want a pretty penny for them.
Mm-hmm.
And so you'd be spending a lot of money on shirts. I guess because I had so many... I had gone down that path of collecting shirts already. Hence the shirts. Didn't want to do any more of that. Apple's Anonymous says, I went to the reopening of the Fifth Avenue Glass Cube flagship store. All they gave out was a tote bag with a small brochure inside. A tote bag. Was the tote bag at least like cloth or something? I hope. All right, let's see. Let's get into this. We'll get into this issue here.
Yeah. If anyone who's listening, if you want the link to this particular issue, I do have it in the comments. So scroll back up on YouTube, and you should see it. Of course, it'll take a while to bring it up on archive.org, but yeah.
Yeah. All right. Here we go.
Yeah.
So, I'm gonna need that. Yeah. All right. 3, 2, 1. We're gonna go back in time 20 years, October 2001. Thanks to MacAddict magazine and archive.org, we can do this all day long. See what was going on back then. Of course, we lived that time. We remember getting these glorious issues every month. And the packed CD-ROM. This particular issue features the brand new G4 iMac, Power Mac, the Quicksilver one. It says new Pro Macs inside, the fastest Macs ever created. The new G4, why it screams. It does scream. I think I hear it.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I should probably turn it off because it does have a bit of a fan going on.
They also said, why Microsoft is your friend. Oh, okay. We'll answer that one today. You see the disk had 150 top shareware and freeware apps. Lots of stuff packed in there. But
yes.
Yeah, so let's take a look at some of the more interesting things from this issue. You gave me your notes and
we're
asking me about this. Around the Big Apple, the brighter moments of Macworld Expo New York. Yes, there was this thing called Macworld Expo, and most people remember it from San Francisco because that's where it was at the end. Before that, though, or even simultaneously, there was one in Boston. And I think it was just the one time. Was it one time? I can't remember if it was that they had one in New York City. And I think that was a replacement for Boston.
Huh? All right.
Yeah, I think there was an issue with Boston. I don't remember the specific. Maybe somebody in the chat remembers what happened. But yeah, there was one in New York. So you asked me if I ever attended, and the answer is no. I only ever attended the ones out west.
Okay, so never even the Boston one.
No.
All right.
Yeah. But um,
But they
you were
talk
looking
about
at
some of the
this.
big announcements there,
Yeah.
like Office 10 for Mac OS 10, the PowerMate, which was the little spinny knob.
Uh-huh.
I've never used one of those, but and I
I
think you can
actually
actually
have
still
one.
get those. Okay.
I have one somewhere. Um, I just I don't think I ever felt like I really needed it all the time. It's just
Mm.
a spinning knob, but it was a cool piece of hardware because it was just so solidly built. You were looking at this thumb drive.
All right.
They're
Yes. All right.
pushing
So the
the
thumb drive. Back. I love to compare prices on storage. Of course, back it was how big how expensive hard drives were per meg. Well, this is jumping on the Sonnet Technologies, first of all, which I didn't even realize Sonnet did these, but jumping on the bandwagon to make things teeny and tiny. Sonnet Technologies announces Piccolo, a thumb-sized USB storage device you can plug into any cross-platform USB equipped computer. So they've got it in 32 meg or 256 meg. The 256 meg will run you $599.95. So I did a little math. Forgive me if this is wrong because I was tired. But so that basically comes to $2.34 per meg. Now I went on eBay. I'm sorry, I went on Amazon and I saw that you can now get a 2 terabyte thumb drive for $39.99. If you were to buy that much as a thumb drive back in 2001, that thumb drive would run you $4,799 and $99,600. So yeah, I mean these things were cool for the time, but owie, pricey.
yeah. And if you take into account inflation of 20 years,
That is true. Yeah, I did not
it
even
would
take
be
that into account. Right.
yeah, to do it to do the value of the dollar equivalently, it'd be another 50% more. So yeah. Let's see. Also, in the issue, let's look at this. Now, you said you didn't have one of these.
I
I
had
didn't have
never
one
even
either, but
heard of the
I remember
Peerless
these.
iOmega.
I remember these things. Omega was riding high. They had that cash cow called the zip drive,
That was on PDF page 20.
and they were coming out with all kinds of cool products, including this removable hard drive solution called Peerless. The company that practically invented removable digital storage has done it again in a very big way. I guess they were looking for the, what's next after the zip drive. They pushed the zip drive as far as they could. And so here's
So
this
now,
Peerless thing. Mm-hmm.
I can't remember who. So did they do the Jazz Drive also?
They did, yeah.
Okay, because I mean that one I remember, and this seems like it's a similar thing. I mean, I'm guessing that's an actual hard drive platter in their 20 gig
Yeah,
storage device thing here. It's a very unusual, like 3-part dock system.
yeah. Yeah, what is the point? I don't know if that was for getting different compatibility for different platforms. You could.
Like you could get a dock that was SCSI and a dock that was USB, maybe a dock that was FireWire, perhaps, so
I
you
don't
could
know.
swap out.
Oh yeah, it's FireWire and USB, so they had a different FireWire base.
Got it.
It shows it
Right.
in the lower right-hand corner. Yeah, I don't think anybody was doing SCSI at this point.
Well, that is true. Yeah, you are
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
But they anyway, no, I don't think this became the next standard. The Peerless one.
Yeah, obviously not. I mean,
Yeah.
again, I've never.
Well, it all gets back
come
to
across that
you're
one.
talking about cost per megabyte, right?
Sure.
And, at the time, your writable CD-ROMs and DVD, and then of course, cost to move data across networks was creeping in, and so or the ease of that was getting much better. So yeah, it just didn't quite make it. Did we ever do a show on iOmega and its platforms?
I'm
I mean, it was very influential.
sure we
It's
have.
another thing that's good to dive in and where
But
are
it would
they
not. Yeah,
now?
we could always revisit. And at this point, we could always revisit anything. Really.
Right. All right. Well, let's skip ahead to the
PDF page
feature.
22. Yeah.
the latest from Apple, sleek and smooth. Sleek new design, smooth upgraded OS 10, eye-catching Max and iDVD2, and headlining everything was the new G4 iMac, or I keep saying iMac, Power Mac, and the matching 17-inch monitor, which you have both behind you. I'm looking at it.
Yes, I do.
You've
yeah.
got that's the way to set it up right there.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I've got the Pro keyboard on there, so it is. Yeah.
And the Pro mouse.
Pro mouse. Mm-hmm.
Which I think that was that Macworld Expo in New York. That was the one where during the keynote, everybody looked underneath their chair, and they had
your chair. They all had the boxed Pro mouse.
Well, from what I understand, it was even labeled as the New York City Macworld. Like there was a special.
So even special. Okay.
Yeah, I could be wrong on that one. But
this is going to sound weird, but going back and looking at this, I forget just how young OS 10 was when this came out.
Oh yeah, less than a year.
Because they're talking about 10.1 is the OS 10 for it. Just, I mean, it's such a pretty machine. Yeah, it was quite a step up style wise from the Sawtooth.
Yeah, just smooth and shiny and a little more striking than the plastics, the duller gray of like you said, Sawtooth. Yeah. So what do you have running on your? I just see, is that After Dark? Looks like it was running.
Yeah, it's the OS 9 version of After Dark.
Yeah.
So I've got it. Mine's set up for dual boot. I've got 10.5 on here as well as 9.2.
Yeah, and there's the configurations. Of course, they had their good, better, and best. I can remember doing that, starting at a 733 megahertz G4, going all the way up to the dual processor 800. What's yours?
You know what? I don't know. I did this. I did not buy this new, so this is one of.
Oh yeah, I've got one behind me, and I didn't buy it new because back then, while still am mere mortals, I can't afford the top of the line hardware that Apple has to offer. So
looks like I've got the 800 megahertz.
Okay, 800. Wait,
800. That's what this is. Yeah, 800 dual processor.
It is 800 dual. So that's the top dog. Wow, look at that. Yeah, I like how they maxed out the configuration, and they called it they good, better, best, and then they maxed out Visa card version, got it up to $9,156, which, like we said earlier, that's like $15,000 in today's money.
Yeah,
crazy. But that would give you the maxed out RAM and at 1.5 gigs of RAM and maxed out hard drives, 3 72 gig ultra hard drives in there. Lots of cool hardware. They do a full review of it in this magazine, and in this magazine. But I think you wanted to show on page 29.
Oh yeah, we talked about just on the disk, just the megaload of software. Kevin Savitz, I'm sorry, who you guys may know from the podcast Eaten by a Guru with Carrington Vanston, did an article on the best things in life are free or close to it. So he's got just a great in-depth article on all the, of course, most of the software is on the disk. So it's got a must-have, it's got a worth try. And one of the things that they mentioned is GLTron, which, again, I was trying to get running this morning because I remember playing that on an iMac, and it was so slick on an iMac. Just the nice, very simple 3D graphics, but it was very, very close looking to the light cycle in Tron. So very nicely done. Yeah.
Yeah, of course, using the OpenGL graphics there and pushing that power. Yeah, there's a little screenshot. Too bad you didn't get it running. What was the issue?
I think it's an extension issue. It was saying that I needed to upgrade some obscure library. So yeah.
Right. Too bad. Yeah. Well, there's a ton of stuff in there. I think that's about it. We were just going to talk about.
Yeah, just a few of the highlights.
Yeah,
Of course, I
yeah.
always highly recommend. These magazines were so much fun compared to MacWorld. MacWorld is very business oriented.
Oh yeah. When I was looking
This
at
was
Macworld, I'm sorry.
yeah.
You're talking
No,
about
no,
compared to Macworld. I was looking through when
right,
I was doing my research for today for the wrong magazine. Um, I got sore. My fingers scrolling through the and the
because
catalogs
oh
because
my gosh, right,
there were like 30, sometimes like a 30-page catalog just in the magazine.
right.
Yeah.
So just
Anyway.
one last thing about this,
Oh.
I was just kind of looking up on eBay Quicksilver
Mhm.
prices, and it looks like you could probably pick up Quicksilver for, just depending on the configuration, anywhere from about $75 to a couple hundred. So
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah, and they're great machines. I don't, maybe not the ideal crossover machine. It is a cool bridge because you obviously still run OS 9,
yeah,
which is great, and run it natively and dual boot it, and run a reasonable early version of OS 10. I'm offhand, I don't know what you have OS 10 on yours as well.
yeah. 10.5.
10.5 was that? So that was probably the latest you could run.
Probably. Again,
Yeah.
I did not buy this new, so I haven't really actually played around with it that much because
Does it have an
it's
airport card in it? You know,
I don't know.
could you put
I've got it
airport
hooked
cards
up.
in it? I think you can put an airport card in that
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. I've got mine connected to Ethernet, so that hasn't been
Yeah.
an issue.
Yeah. Probably a better move. All right. Well, hey, that was October 2001, courtesy of MacAddict magazine. You can get that, all the issues and the images of those CD-ROMs over on archive.org. All right. Let's see. Looking through the comments. The issues that showed all the hacks. Yeah, the hacks. What hacks specifically? Hacking the hardware? Hacking the software? Did this have any hacks in it? I didn't even see. All right, let's see. Moving on. A couple of news stories. Okay, you ready?
I am all set.
All right,
Yes.
let's go in 3, 2, 1. Bit of a slow news week. Apple News, Retro News, all together. I guess there was some chatter about another Apple event, the one that should hopefully fill in the gaps that we didn't get at the last one, right? The last one was all just iOS. But the next one hopefully is the new Mac one. So I'm excited about that, but still no official date on that. Here's some old news. Look at this. It looks like they just released this thing. Over on Reddit, the Vintage Apple Reddit, the Taraska user
Can you
posted a picture of this.
can you share it?
Oh,
Are
you
you
know
working
what?
on it?
I can. Would that be helpful? Yeah, let me do that so you can see what I'm looking at. This looks like it's just a brand new unboxing.
Oh,
The title
right.
says,
Yes.
"You may be cool, but never Apple IIc flat panel display cool."
This thing
And
looks
there,
brand new. Holy cow.
yeah, look at that. Look at that box and the styrofoam inserts. You know, it's got the manual. It's glorious, and it was tougher to keep boxes from that era looking nice because they were shiny white.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
I mean, you smudge or dent or crease that thing just taking it home. But this one, it does have, I guess, a little bit of a smudge there. But all in all, you got square corners and just glorious graphics of the whole thing. I don't know. I don't see any other pictures, so I don't know if they got a chance to test this thing out. Do you have one of these? The flat panel
No, no,
display?
no. I do not.
I have one. I don't have it in the original box. And for the life of me, I don't think I've ever tried it yet.
I would like to
Fire it up one day.
3D print a nice beige bezel for a regular just LCD screen that's got a composite in
Yeah.
to do a nice matchy match looking
Yeah.
one for my 2C.
Yeah, mine is. Look at how white this thing is.
Yeah.
Never saw the light of day. I don't know. It's almost like a clean. Mine is a little bit faded here. I'll grab it during the break. All right, let's see. And Retro Challenge.
Ah, very
The
good.
Retro Challenge is going on right now, the month of October. We missed the announcement. It's back in August. They said, we are excited to announce the return of Retro Challenge for the month of October 2021, brought to you by veteran host Mark Wickens and Wiki Eric POCH. Poke, Pock. Number of ways you can go about that. If you don't remember, the Retro Challenge is a month set aside where people, well, they have some themes, right? And then people volunteer to take on some kind of retro challenge with their computer, hardware, software, whatever it is. And do they compete for fame and fortune? What, I don't remember. I think it's just share.
Well, right now it's well, there are some prizes.
Oh, there are.
Have some prizes. There is a USB logic analyzer, an Arduino Uno, TL8866. Oh, an IC programmer. Okay, and so yeah, there are some
nice
prizes. Yep.
And there are
right now it looks like they've got 2 categories. Yeah, Millennials, which is systems released circa 1998 to 2002, and Publish your old retro computing project. So that's
I was
cool.
looking at the entrant list so far, and it's not. I don't think it's not too late. Well, I thought I had the entrance. Oh, there we go. Not too late to sign up, and we're only 3 days into the month, so we still got plenty of time. So you can go and you can see what other people are doing. There's some familiar names in there, right? There's our friend Michael Mulhern is doing a project with his Apple II.
I do see there is a kind of apropos for today. There is a Quicksilver. Somebody recently received a Power Mac G4 that powers on but has no video, and they are going to be trying to get that working. So,
Adrian, old friend of mine, we met years ago at a Macworld Expo. He's in Australia, and he's trying to put together a way to get computers safely sent around the world because they're so fragile, the old ones, right? Lots of good things. Of course, it's not just Mac and Apple. It's completely cross-platform, so a lot of good stuff on there. There's another power computing Macintosh clone project from Moo the Fish. A lot of Apple stuff. Another Apple IIe, a Macintosh Classic. This one says, so that project from Pendleton 115 says, I will be restoring a Macintosh Classic and installing a Rascuzzi hard drive adapter.
Ah, okay.
Do you know that one?
Yeah, it's similar to the Blue SCSI. It's just Raspberry Pi based versus what's the other one? Is it? I can't remember what the Blue SCSI. If it's an Arduino.
Yeah. Anyway, lots of cool stuff. So go on over to RetroChallenge.org. When this thing wraps up, we'll swing back and announce the winners. Okay. Well, I believe we took care of everything on our checklist. Oh, let me get that LCD display. Hold on.
Yeah, sure.
Entertain the crowd.
All right, guys. So he's off to get a screen. Let's see here. Let's see if I can get this closer. So I love the all the stuff they've done with the toasters over the years. Oh no, and of course I accidentally.
What?
Sorry, no. Just.
I was just I'm gonna get a little dizzy here.
Oh.
There we go.
All right.
So this is the Apple IIc flat panel display.
Yeah.
And oh my gosh, you can the ribbon cable is just like creaking. It's intact, and so I'm very carefully. Feels like the whole thing is just going to detach because you got this, and then you got this little ribbon cable goes to this little module that plugs in the back, and it's got the connector there, and nice little thumb screws, and there's a few
So,
knobs.
have you
Yeah.
ever actually hooked it up?
No, I have not.
Okay.
Not. So, not sure. Not sure if it works or what. There's a contrast knob, and I guess you can. I guess you can invert the display. Maybe there's a switch to do that. Kind of cool little piece of hardware. I would guess it
Nice.
doesn't work, but who knows?
Ah,
So wait, I guess this thing does it. So it receives power through the computer.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The regular
that
monitor
port.
did that same too?
No, mm-mm. No,
Oh,
because the CRT, of course, the CRT is gonna take a lot more juice
yeah.
than LCD screen.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, one of these days we'll get around to that. Okay. Let's see here. Yeah. Thanks, Patrick. I was able. So I have a. I have a. Um,
Yeah, you have that nice Apple II rack set up.
right. Well, nice is a little generous. It's a work in progress because it's not as clean as the rest of the stuff because it's not on camera, so it's a
Ah, okay,
lot
okay.
messier.
But
But
you've
it's
got
getting
some
there.
impressive stuff over there.
It's getting there. Um, I could set up a camera. Well, maybe one of these days I'll figure out a nice way to flip. But it's anyway. It's a rack of Apple II stuff. There's a Lisa 2 in there for some reason. Oh, and an Apple 3. So it's all pre-Mac stuff is what's
Yeah,
on
yeah.
there, right?
Oh, you also have a Bell and Howell
Yeah,
over there, right? One of the
yeah,
Darth Vader Mac apples.
right. Yeah. Well, I should turn on that Apple 3. It's probably been 15 years since that's been turned on. That's a scary proposition. Okay, well, let's record the outro here.
I like
Yeah.
Mr. Allen, the all ready for the beach like Roy Scheider. In 2010, you see Roy on the beach with his Apple IIc with that display on it.
Oh,
You know,
really?
because that's what you do
Oh,
with your Apple IIc is you take it
yeah.
out to the beach to yes.
All right. Let's go in 3, 2, 1. All right. Well, that wraps up another episode of the Retro MacCast. We're going to take a hiatus for a couple of weeks.
Yep.
Yep.
We
Put
should
the
be
show on
back
pause
on
on
the I think you said the
24th.
24th, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
hoping. I've been talking to somebody on Reddit who's got he provided the artwork for the back of some. There is a guy who's re he's doing new VRAM 256K VRAM boards or I'm sorry 512K boards one of the two. Anyway, he's provided the artwork for the back, and I wanted to talk to him about the project, and they look
Mm-hmm.
really cool, and I'm hoping to order some from him. So, yep, that's what hopefully we'll have in store. Any luck on the carpet lady?
I don't know that that's what I'd call her, but uh, Myra, I'm still in contact with her, and she's um, we're gonna get it done, but it just hasn't happened yet. So maybe this week. So yeah, that's still to come. That is Myra Berg, the designer of those, the Apple wall hanging and the patch hook rug kits. Okay, well, everybody stay safe out there, and hope to see you back on the 24th. And until then, remember, it's not old.
It's retro.
Okay. Let's see. Here we're sitting here. Let's see if I can. Let's see if I can switch cameras. And take a look at. Oh. Is that going to work? I don't know, this remote camera thing that I had been using before Oh, you know what? You know what the easiest way to do is. All right, I'm wasting too much. Oh no, here we go. I can do this. I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. Maybe I can
You
do
can
it.
do it.
I can do it. Let's turn down volume so we don't get some wild
Weird feedback. Weird
feedback.
Weird
Yeah.
feedback. Weird feedback.
All right. And then we'll enter the studio. Okay. So we're getting. Let's turn.
Was that
let's
using
mute
that
myself?
phone app?
No. It's actually entering in StreamYard via my iPhone.
Ah. Do you want to actually end the broadcast while we're doing all this?
Why would I do that?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't know whether you were wanting to show what. I wasn't sure. I know we finished recording the audio part. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, this is bonus stuff for the audience at home. Let's see. Let's flip sideways.
Ah, there we are. All right.
And
are you going to show off the Apple II shelf?
Yeah. Let's see. See, I'll go over here. Yeah, it's a mess though. That's why I told you. I'd be warned. It's kind of a mess. Let's see. I'll shoot it from way over here. Well, now if I can flip cameras. Let's see. Front.
It's James in 3D.
All right. Now, aha.
There we are.
So now, there's
behind the scenes.
There, but there's the 2C down there, right? And then the 2GS, a regular one and a WAS, and you've got your stack of twos, pluses. I think a plus, original, a 2E Platinum, and the Bell and Howell. The LC2, that's the setup right there where I'm going to put that clear case, the Mac Effects.
Ah, very good.
Clear
very
2E case, right? We'll go up there. And then way up over there is the Apple III.
Ah, beautiful.
Oh, yeah. So that's why I was
really
able to grab
need to get my Apple III working.
Mm-hmm. Hey, and look at that server over there. But anyway, so that's what's going on in that corner. All right. Okay, well, beautiful setup. Well, it's getting there. Thanks, Klaus.
Yeah. I mean, just I mean, everything that you've done so far in that room it's impressive how much stuff you've managed to get on display. Because I mean, it's a decent sized room, but it's not like huge.
No, it's not like the MacAddict, which is huge.
It's not bad. Though I have to say, because of the weird way the walls are, it's hard to have like tall shelves.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
But it did lend itself very nicely. Right. Yeah.
If you had a tall shelf, you would lose space behind it because the whole thing's sort of rounded in.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right, everybody. We'll see you in a couple of weeks. Take care.
Bye everyone.